your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
Welcome to the year of the Fire Rooster, Gemini. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. One of my friends told me a Fire Rooster year joke. How come the rooster wanted to get a tattoo? He wanted to impress some chicks, that's why. The Fire Rooster year begins on January 28th of 2017 to February 15th of 2018. The lucky charms for Gemini during this year are the gemstone is pearl. The colors are orange, green, and yellow. The numbers are 6, 7, and 8. Now the Fire Rooster lucky charms for this year, the gemstones that have lucky auspicious aspects are ruby, diamond, and topaz. The colors are gold, yellow, and peach. The numbers are 5, 7, and 8. Now, Gemini personality during a rooster year brings out qualities of being your very best self, because you've got the chance to fully express yourself and really be who you are. You're not always trending, though, but you're always fashionable. You're usually ahead of the curve. So even though you might not feel that you're trending right in the moment, it's actually better to be ahead of the trend, so that when people arrive, you're already there. So that's the place that you want to be when it comes to being very popular and to gain in popularity. And again, you're always very stylish, and you're always very elegantly dressed, and that's going to be even more true during a Fire Rooster year. And this is a Yin Fire Rooster year, and we'll get into the specifics of that as we get into this video more. You're going to be making sure that you are able to get your point across this year, because you don't take criticism very well. And that's due to your proud nature, which is increased by the combination of these two particular zodiacal attributes. I mean, no one takes criticism well, but it's especially hard for the rooster aspect, and it's hard for Gemini, and rooster will bring that out even more. Motivation is going to peak. You're going to find yourself extremely kind of a gung-ho kind of a person. And that's, again, when these two characteristics meet in the personality. And I like to call your personality matrix. That's the ego. It's the ruach in Rosicrucian Kabbalah. And you're going to have more self-assurance. Now that'll look good on you, the extra self-assurance, the appreciation for beauty, and you also have an amazing talent for being able to adapt to any new situation. That will put you in a good position and frame of mind during the year of the rooster. When people change their minds, you're able to accommodate them, because you gracefully know how to handle people, and they appreciate your versatility and your sophistication. A lot of people are going to be lacking that, so people are going to really seek you out for guidance, because some people may not know how to deal with that kind of thing with the great poise that you have. The year of the Fire Rooster is said in popular media to begin on January 28th of 2017 and on February 15th of 2018. This is actually the Chinese New Year day that we're talking about, with the first day of the animal year, which is different, being on February 3rd of 2017. So you can expect to be getting up with the chickens to go about your daily routines. That is unless, of course, they've been confused by the street lights with their crowing and singing and clucking at all ungodly hours of the day and night. You know, but the street lights are confusing the chickens and probably people as well. I think people's and animals' circadian rhythms are off with more and more illumination at night. The year of the rooster repeats every 12 years, and the year of the fire rooster repeats every 60 years. The fire rooster year is formed from the attributes of being the fourth heavenly stem of Yin Fire, gotten from 10 celestial qualities, and the 10th earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial animal personalities. It's important here to note that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. There's 4 in the Western system, and there's 5, these 5 elements in the Chinese system. But you can, there is a way to understand a person's personality by understanding how these two fit together. The 10 qualities are comprised of the characteristics of yin and yang, and these divisions are within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the fire rooster year being a Yin Fire Rooster. So the yin is more of a feminine quality, and the fire is more of a masculine quality. And there's other aspects to the rooster which gives it some aspects of being kind of masculine, but it's actually more akin to the sign of Virgo, so it's kind of feminine because Earth is more of a feminine attribute. But the flamboyance is very masculine. So you'll find it's kind of a balance. You're air, so you'll be able to gain strength from the fire aspects and the masculine aspects, because air is masculine, but from the yin and some of the other watery aspects, and that's the earth, from the Virgo association with the rooster. It's just an association. That will give you some feminine qualities that will cool you down, so to speak. And make things more of a nurturing characteristic. Now, these yin and yang attributes are like, you can have a yin fire or a yang fire. So just be aware of that. Now, Gemini, mutable air is your Western association. And the yin qualities of the year of the Yin Fire Rooster will add that cold, moist, passive, and nurturing quality to your imaginatively warm nature. This year is good for you in that the fire aspect will add quite a bit of innovation into the mix, which will keep you entertained, especially when those fabulously famous fire rooster traits come into play. This is going to give you a chance to really express yourself during this fire rooster year, when increases in your feelings will be felt, so you should pay extra attention to moments of déjà vu and first impressions. So if you get a first impression about somebody, go with it. Go with your first impression. If your a person can do the exact same behavior, but if you have a bad feeling about something or a good feeling about something, that's because, what are you sensing? You're sensing their intention. And intention is all that really counts. So if you have to go with your first impression and your gut feeling, it's going to be extremely important, even more so this year. Gemini, the twins in this year of the rooster are going to find that the lesson for this year is going to be to avoid becoming overwhelmed. Very important, very important. If you don't feel that way already, right? This is going to be due to making rash and quick judgments, overthinking, and over-perfectionistic reasoning. Now, Gemini, the twins, you're going to find that the rooster year blessing is going to be that you're going to be able to expect a new sense of relaxed excitement about your future prospects in the areas of love and career. Very important. Fire rooster attributes. You're going to find that the fire rooster attributes are going to add to what you're going to experience this year will be shyness, strong-willed associations, organization. People are going to be very organized, and people are going to be leaders. There are going to be a lot of leaders. So every now and then it's okay to admit that you have someone who teaches you or guides you or leads you. That's okay. It's going to be especially okay this year, in the year of the fire rooster we're talking about. Now, the fire rooster advice. People love your flashy and witty personality, but don't attempt to overcome shyness by becoming overly perfectionistic. Fire rooster, your advice. People love your flashy and witty personality, but don't attempt to overcome shyness by becoming overly pretentious. That's very important. Fire rooster influence. Well-dressed, clean, fashionable, elegant. The ability to accumulate wealth and abundance, a great cornucopia. And also you're going to find that people will tend to be more blunt and to the point, more outspoken because they feel they can be. However, they're going to be more easily embarrassed. Now, if you think they were easily embarrassed last year, they're going to be even more easily embarrassed during the year of the fire rooster. Because, at least in the year that we have just left, you're going to find that they were, at least had some ability to deal with people, but people are going to be in need of a lot of being dealt with, kid gloves, Everyone's going to be very fussy and very much the prima donna and very much a little hothouse orchid. So be aware of that and be ready for that and expect it in others and expect it in yourself. Yin qualities are going to also come up. The aspect of femininity from the yin quality, night, cold, earth, moist, winter, inner aspects of the individual, restful, contracting, formation, and the ventral aspect rather than the dorsal. So it's the soft underbelly, the tender underbelly of things. And this is why people are going to be more sensitive and more easily embarrassed. Fire aspects bring happiness, heat. The taste is bitterness, the organ, the heart. The small intestines also, the blood vessels, and the tongue. The general fixed rooster associations. Autumn is an association. The west. Instincts. The element is metal. Again, this is yin. It's not just because it's a yin year. Yin is also associated with the rooster anyway. So that's another yin aspect. And then Virgo, that's why, because Virgo is an earth aspect that has a feminine, because earth and water are feminine, fire and air are masculine. Okay. Fire brings out a person's happiness, the emotions, and the temperature is considered to be heat. The taste is bitterness, and also that it has to do with the heart, the small intestines, the blood vessels, and the tongue. There are 5 elements in Chinese astrology, being fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. It's important to repeat these because we're going to look at what controls what. And that's very important to understand. Fire controls metal. Metal controls wood. Wood controls earth. Earth controls water. And water controls fire. So when people tell you that any one characteristic is more important than any other characteristic, that's not true, because life is a circle, and life refreshes itself, and life always provides a way to compete, a way to achieve, a way to happiness. There's always a way to have something be auspicious for you. You have to look at what is the good in this situation. If you look at the good in every situation, at every moment the Creator's giving you, then those situations will be automatically healed and to the highest good, and then worse situations will not occur for you. And if they occur for other people, what you're there to do is to bestow your goodness to them when they're in, if they get themselves in a problem. That's how you handle these types of things. Now, to get into these Chinese elements, the fire aspect is associated with joy, the emotion, the temperature being heat, the taste being bitter, and the organ being the tongue. If we're talking about the organs on the face and the head. The earth associations, we have the emotion of worry. The temperature is like a dampness, a dank dampness. The taste is sweet, and the mouth is the organ. For the associations for the element of metal, we have grief as being the emotion. We have dry as the attribute of the environment. We have pungent, and we have the nose. We have water. Fear is the emotion. Cold is the temperature. Salty, the taste, and the ears, it is the organ of the head. Wood element, we have anger as being the emotion. If somebody has a lot of wood in their Chinese astrology chart, they're going to tend to get more angry than someone who has a lot of earth, or who would tend to worry more. So people are not all the same any more than somebody's eyes are the same color as somebody else's. No, people are not the same. No, they are not. For wood, the environmental aspect would be wind. Sour is the taste, and the eyes are the organ. To calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. Disclaimers in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us again next time.